Hey, it's Miguel, your host of Life Full Circle Radio. As always, want to say thank you for getting us a part of your day. All right, so this show is kind of a special show because it's actually just a repeat or a rebroadcast. Let me say rebroadcast of an interview that I sat in on with a friend and client, the Legal Equalizer App, Mbye Njie, Martin Davis. They have developed an app that will help you to deal with police encounters a little bit better. You'll have your information. You'll know how to deal with these police encounters because what ends up happening in these situations where you just basically panic. In this situation, you have a button you can just hit, and it will guide you on how to handle yourself. It has some of your constitutional rights. But one of the greatest features that this app has is that if you are in a situation with the police or any other situation, say it could be a domestic violence situation where you just want to alert people where you are, your location, and a text message, a predetermined text message is already there. It's an ingenious app. Actually, when this interview was conducted, which was last fall, they made a lot of advances since then. So just go to your Google Play or your App Store if you have an iPhone. Look for Legal Equalizer App, Legal Equalizer App. I think it's legaleq.com. The founder, Mbye Njie. His developer, Martin Davis, great guys. Love working with them. That's what we do here with Lloyd Media Group. One of our clients, we were proud to get them up here and get this interview with the great Karen Hunter. Karen Hunter is a Pulitzer Prize winning author. She is a dynamic radio host. She, quite candidly, right now is my favorite radio show to listen to outside of my own. Just if you're not listening to Karen Hunter, if you're not a Karen rebel, if you're not involved with this whole that movement, then I'm telling you, you're missing out. If you have SiriusXM, I want to say the channel is 126 UrbanView, but they're all about empowerment. They're all about knowledge. You know, they've got folks in there coming in every week, legal folks to HR folks to real estate people to Tech Tuesday, which is a normal thing. Co-host is an insurance agent. And the crazy thing about it, with all of those different careers and different people that are featured on that show, it is one of the liveliest and funniest shows you could ever imagine. So kudos to them. Thanks so much to them for allowing us to get this audio, to rebroadcast it here on our podcast. This is brought to you courtesy of the Karen Hunter and the Karen Hunter Show, heard Monday through Friday on SiriusXM UrbanView. And so check it out. Karen Hunter, this interview we did back in November. It's myself sitting in with Karen and Mbye Njie, Martin Davis, and her crew. Big up to my man Jameson for getting us his audio file. My man. All right. Enjoy.
Three minutes after the hour. Welcome back to the hottest show in the galaxy, the Karen Hunter Show. You know what that means. It's Tech Tuesday, y'all. It's what we do here. We're getting people ready for this tech explosion that's going to happen in the community. Folks are going to be out there doing apps and coding and getting some of these good paying jobs and making business moves and making millions. Like the folks at Uber. You know Uber, that smartphone app that connects drivers with riders. Well, now you can actually make money off of Uber. You don't need to just invest in the stock. What you can do is get in your car and your license and drive with Uber and make money. That's right. If you're in college, in between classes, you can pay for tuition, driving with Uber. You're a parent, you got some free time between taking your kids a violin lesson, dance lessons. Pick up some people, drop them off, make some money, make that car and license work for you instead of you working for it. It can pay your daggone car bill every month. This is what you got to do. Go online, www.drivewithuber.com. That's drivewithuber.com. Did y'all see that story where the Uber driver got attacked by this Taco Bell executive? Now, a cabbie, he would have gotten away with that. But because driving with Uber, you know their information. They knew who this joker was. And he had maced the driver, wasn't having it. They picked the wrong. He maced the dude. It was terrible. Anyway, drive with Uber. It even keeps you safe because if somebody tries it, because they're always going to try you, you got their information. So go to drivewithuber.com. That's drivewithuber.com. You know I got to mix some good stuff in there, some news with the ad. So I met this young man virtually because he reached out and he said, I got this app this is during the spate, which hasn't stopped, by the way, of police brutality in our community, folks getting hemmed up, and like, what can we do? So he said, I have this app that's going to help people when they're out there on the streets with these cops. And I was like, all right, sure. So he talked about it, but I didn't think he was going to really do it. So he's back today. It's done. I actually put it on my smartphone before I came in. I started playing around with it. But I want to welcome back to the show Mr. Mbye Njie.
Hello, everybody.
All right, welcome back.
Thank you for having me back.
Welcome back. Now, what does Mbye Njie? What does that mean? And you're from where?
I was born in Gambia, West Africa.
Gambia.
I've been asked this question since I moved to America at
because it's an interesting name.
87, and I've never gotten the answer of what it meant for my daddy. I just know I was named after my uncle, who's cost me heartache and grief.
Okay, no, that's all right. No, it's a beautiful name.
But I love
so
my uncle,
am I pronouncing it correctly?
Oh yeah, you're pronouncing it. Mbye Njie.
Mbye Njie.
Yes,
Gambia.
From Gambia, West Africa.
All right, you brought your team with you. You have a very serious Martin Davis who actually did the coding. He's like, I'm not even trying to. No, Hey, Martin, how you doing?
How you doing?
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Martin's Barry White Jr.
Yeah,
guys.
all right. I see you. Okay, now, and you brought your marketing guru with you, Mr. Miguel Lloyd. Welcome back. Welcome to the show. Actually, I know you from other stuff.
Yeah, no doubt.
So,
Thank you for having us.
Before we get into your app, we were talking during a break because we do that. This show is that we don't have any filter, so we just continue to talk. We were talking about weed in Ohio, and there's on the ballot, which was confusing because they got these different things on the ballot. The one thing cancels out the other thing, and you immediately Mbye, you capsulized it for me in a way that I want you to repeat what you said to me about what's happening in Ohio with this weed thing.
The thing with Ohio, because they're only allowing 10 farms to legally grow the marijuana in the state of Ohio. And the people that have the licenses are people that obviously have access to capital and money and have never gotten in trouble for marijuana. Now, if you want to go and look in Ohio's prison system, I guarantee there's a lot of brown and black people and even young white men that are in there for selling marijuana, whether it be, $10, $50 worth, not what these guys on the farms are going. So, my view is if Ohio is going to legalize marijuana, why limit it to just certain people that have access to capital and power while you're probably still going to, go and attack the people that can't afford, that access? Because, it's not saying, hey, if you don't have it on these 10 farms, what happens to other people if they get caught with the marijuana on the streets now?
Okay, so it's limited to the 10 farms. If it's outside of the 10 farms, you just a brother, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, or as Biggie said, trying to feed his family, baby. Right. You can get hemmed up, right? So
right.
So we should they vote no on issue 3? It's like I'm confused. Issue 2 says if you vote yes on issue 3 and you vote yes on issue 2, then it cancels out issue 3, which means there's no. It's already confusing.
I still say vote yes because overall, as long as it's legalizing marijuana in the state, I say vote yes.
Listen to you.
Because then you're allowing these people that have been disenfranchised and have been in trouble, don't have access to attorneys and things like that.
If they do that, though, they need to let everybody out
Yes.
who has been convicted
Exactly.
of
I
a
agree.
marijuana
110%.
charge. So if it legal,
Yeah.
that should have been who's making these daggone issues in Ohio. If you issue 4 should be if issue 3 is in, meaning that they vote yes on the marijuana legalization, then issue 4 should be everybody convicted of a marijuana crime should be released from prison the next day.
Exactly. I 100%. I mean, you got to look at people like
down.
Nick Lachey is one of the people that has a farm.
Nick Lachey has
Yes.
a farm. Didn't
And
he get
it's
in trouble? Isn't he one of those? What is it? One Backstreet? What is he? Not a Backstreet Boy. What?
Was it 98 degrees?
98
One,
degrees?
one
In
of
sync?
them.
Which
One
one?
of
Wait,
them.
hold on. Why do you know that?
In sync?
No, you knew it though.
He went to
Wait, hold on.
Davidson.
Hey.
He went to Davidson.
Look.
He went to
Oh, I
Davidson.
know it. Look, I know my boy bands now, okay?
Hold on,
I ain't got no shame in that game.
Let me look in your phone and see what's in your playlist. Let me find out.
I know my boy
Who is
bands,
this?
but I ain't got none in
You
here.
got Christina Aguilera. No, I'm just playing.
But you got him like Frosty Rucker, who's who's an NFL player that's also involved in this. So you have these people that have that and never had that. So
That's been the kind of knock on this whole legalization of marijuana that has benefited once again the 1% people who are extremely wealthy, who are connected, even in New York. It's limited to just a certain group. When we all know who really can sell the hell out of some weed,
Right.
and make money. Who we all know.
But of course, these
Watch it.
But of course, if you have a felony, you can't get into that game.
No.
So once again,
And
it's
now
still
they're
stacked against
locking you out of the banks.
Mhm.
So it's this is so. We need to do a whole Thank God we got another hour when we can do a whole show on marijuana, because I'm for the legalization of marijuana federally.
Yeah.
I've never smoked marijuana a day in my life, and I'm not necessarily for using any kind of drug. No, I'm telling the truth.
No,
okay, all right. But I'm not for it because I don't believe people should ever be out of their right minds.
Right.
I don't think we have the luxury to be out of our right minds.
No.
However, I do believe that we should profit from it. And the only reason why marijuana has been illegal globally is because it would profit countries right now, third world nations that have the climate to grow, to have their own economy, to not be dependent upon it, even in making hemp. Even in making clothes and having some sort of industry, it has been illegalized for that purpose, and is far less harmful than alcohol, in my opinion. And if we're going to legalize alcohol, which I think damages not just your kidney, your liver, and many households with the alcoholism that is pervasive in a lot of homes, and drunk driving, it also is an economic situation so I think it should be legalized federally.
My thing with marijuana also, I was just thinking in terms of legalizing it is also, I just lost my train of thought on that.
That's all right. We're going to move on then.
Okay.
Because I want to get to your app. First of all, I want to get to you flying in just to come here and launch this app. When you emailed me that, I felt like, I can't let you do that. We can do this on the phone. But then you were like adamant. Why?
Yeah. Well, because I was adamant about coming in because I know we wanted to get the launch on, big media network. And then you without, like I said, even knowing who I was or what I did, got us for an interview before to get that app. And you got the word out and got other things out. And then, we emailed back and forth. I listened to that interview, took some of your feedback on there as well.
Did I give you advice?
Yeah, you did.
The good thing about me is I have like a horrible memory. So this is why I have no filter, because if I said it, you said I said it, I won't remember. But if you said I said it, I know I said it.
Oh yeah, you said it.
So I don't, okay.
You said it.
I said it.
But no, it was good advice. It was good advice because, it was at that time where, the advice was us deciding whether or not to charge for the app even, And that was a dilemma we had because, we're working full-time jobs. We're doing this on our part-time, no money, no equity. So our issue was, hey, once the app is built, how are we going to have money to keep it updated? How are we going to have money to, to do new versions of the app, to add new things on the app, new laws, to add different features on the app? And so that's what we worried about. But then at the end of the day, it's just like, this is something that, honestly, the people that needed the most probably couldn't afford it. Right. And so it's just like,
what good advice you were given.
What? Yeah.
But it in business, and this is going to be another thing that I've devoted myself to on this show, is that we are so conditioned because we've always operated in lack. Black businesses are usually some of the most undercapitalized ventures. We always go into a situation with brilliant ideas with not enough money to get it done. And then halfway through, we run out of money, and then we cut corners and we half-ass do things, not because we have a half-ass mentality. Right, because we got to get it done and by any means necessary, but it's never really good because we set a standard that is beneath who we are, right? So for me, it's always about, and I have this commitment to excellence, and I got it from my dad, and I preach it every day on these airways, because you don't have a second chance to do this again.
Right.
So how you step out with this, if it's glitchy and effed up and messed up, and I'm trusting that it's not, because I went through it and I didn't see too many glitches, but that's on you.
Right.
But it's not just on you, it's on us.
Right.
Right? Because every time we do something, we're judged not as individuals, but as a collective. So if we're going to be judged as a collective, then collectively we need to be excellent. And that's how I feel, wholesalely. So what did it take for you to get this done? Because when you first talked to me, you were trying to figure it out. Crowdfunding, how should we, you did a video. So take us through the steps of you actually, because a lot of people listening have an app idea.
Okay. So the steps, let me start about where I got the idea of the app. So let's go back to that. So basically what happened was last year around this time of the year, a few things happened. We had the decision not to even indict Darren Wilson.
That's in the Mike Brown case.
Yeah, it's Mike Brown case.
Perfect.
So, and during that whole case, I went to Davidson College, liberal arts school, North Carolina. Steph Curry, shout out, MVP, balling still.
All right.
All right.
No. Cut his mic off.
But Davidson,
no, I'm just playing.
Davidson is a, liberal arts school, about, 80%, 85% Caucasian, and so I look at that, and my high school was very mixed, Central High School in the middle, and I got a good mix of friends. But then I look at my Facebook where I was fed up. It was all one side or the other, and they were adamant it was all based on their own experiences. Well, the cop treats me this way. Well, the cop treats me this way. And so it's all based on the experience. So that month in March, what happened at that time in November of last year, actually, I got pulled over about 4 or 5 times by police department in Atlanta. Didn't get one ticket.